Hello there, welcome to another series of macOS development full course. This entire course will be of intermediate level. I have created full course for beginner. If you haven't watched that yet, I provided its link in my video description. Please check that right now. Go through the entire beginner course and come back to this video I recommend. Let me introduce myself. My name is Azim and I am a technology lead for iOS and have experience in macOS app, worked for a third-party client and Apple project itself. I'm open to connect via LinkedIn and Twitter. In this full course, in upcoming videos, we'll be covering both interfaces like Storyboard and SwiftUI, so stay tuned. So now in this course, we're gonna deeply go through the table view in both with Storyboard and SwiftUI interface. API and services call implementation. Info window pop-up. Game development and deployment. And in the next level difficult course, we'll check the tree structured folder implementation like so. First of all, in my first video, what I'm trying to make here is I'm going to create a macOS app project with a table view based. And it's for just introduction to give an overview about the table view. In the later upcoming videos, we will go more deeply inside that to make it difficult structures and other things. All right, so I'm going to create a new project here. So clicking create a new project, and you can find here options like a multi-platform, iOS, macOS, watchOS. So here is about macOS, and I'm going to click here the application of kind of app. So there are the other options like a document app, a game and other things, but we are looking in the app itself, and click next. So here I'm going to name this as a product, like a table view, table basic, it'll be fine. Okay, you can name whatever you like. I'm just naming it as a table basic, and the language which I'm going to use here is Swift, and the interface will be of a storyboard for now. Later we'll go to the SwiftUI as well. So click next from here, and you can find the option to save in your MacBook. So I'm going to save it my macOS projects in the YouTube second series folder. So just I'm creating that over here. So what do we have here? Okay, here comes the table basic app project, and we have the app delegate file over here, which is having the did finish all these properties, and having the view controller, which is with a view did load, and it's similar like on a iOS application. If you know iOS, it'll be easy for you to learn the macOS development. And instead of UI kit, here we are importing Coca. It's for the Mac app project. And now let's take a look about the main.storyboard. So what do we have here is we have a window controller scene, which is this, and application scene, which is of having the header like file edit, all these things. We are not going to look on these things in this video, but we'll be working on this view controller scene. All right, so what if we try to run this project? Let's see, to run this, and it'll be a simple window with the screen because it's nothing happening inside this view controller. All right, so here look, there's a window here, and it's nothing inside this because it's an empty over here. So let's make some stuff inside that. So what we try to, let's close this plus button, and I'm going to take here is a table view. Let's click that and drag it over inside this. So here by default Apple is providing one table view with two cells, which is of a column type, and currently I'm not going to use here this two of them. So what I'm going to do here is let's click this table view, and you can find here two table columns. You can find here the attribute that you can change this column to 1, 2 to 1. So let's change 2 to 1, and I have here this table view cell and the table column over here and the text cell there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this column cell a bit width. So I'm going here and let's check for the width here to change the width. I mean, all right. Here have the table view label, and let's click this, and let's change this to 300, 600. Let be this table view with this much width, and I have here the table view label. So what I'm going to do here is let's make some changes. I'm going to delete this label first of all, and let's work on this. I'm going to increase the width of this as well. Alright, from there I'm going to bring a couple of stuffs which I need here is image view and labels which I require here. So let's bring them over here. I'm going to bring image view and import inside this cell, and let's find some images for that. Let's say for the user. Alright, I have here a user image with the image view, and I'll bring here with a label to populate some data over there. So this label will be for the username, username, and let's make some fonts change over here. System regular, let's change that to bold, and the text size 14 to 15. Let's make it 14, and I'm going to bring one more label over there to display the role or an age. Let's say for age here, and this is for the age label. And then finally I'm going to bring here one more guy, that's a button. Inside the button, let's make some text like email user. Alright, yeah, that's the stuff we do have here with the table view, with the cell, and there's an image view there, and username label, age label, and a button which is for inside the table cell. Alright, so now let's make some constraints and the height for this. So inside this table view, let me put some constraints. Here I have 8, username label, age label, and the button for here. Let's put some constraints like 21, 2, width and the height will be like this. And for constraints, and for this guy, let's make it in the center. All right, be okay. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a new file which is for this custom cell. In order to do that, I'm going to click here, create a new file which is of Coco class, and click next. Going to the subclass of NSTableView cell. Yeah, and I'm going to name it here as custom cell. I have created the cell which is named custom, and let's go back to the main storyboard. And what I'm going to do here is inside the table column you have the table cell view over here. I'm going to change the class as a custom cell, and let's copy this class name and make it as identifier. Alright, and then I need to make some RB outlets for this. So in order to do that, let's bring that here. I'm going to, instead of this, click a plus button and custom cell. There we go. And from here, let's give some constraints for the username label and for the age. Let's make some space. Click on the text label for the username. Press Control and drag it over here, and let's name it as user name label. And also with the age, let's click that on the text. Press Control and drag it over here inside, and name it as age label. Enter. Here we go. So that's the stuff which we need inside a custom cell. And let's go back to the viewcontrol.zip file, and here we need to write some pretty codes so that it will be easy. It'll be ready for the first macOS app. Alright, so this is our view controller. So what we're going to do here is we will make some initialize some data over here. So in order to do that, I'm making a let constant to bring some stuff to populate there. So let's say let users will be equal to, it's an array. Inside that I have another array as well, and I'm going to bring here as a name. Let's put a name and give a name as well. So let it be my name, and age of kind 33. So this will be of one array. Let's try copy this and make another few arrays and name it different, like charm 48 pop, and let's give an age of 24. Alright, so that's an array of users which we need to bring it up, and let's give some properties inside this. So I'm going to bring here the delegates for that table view. So let's say table view delegate, and also an NSTableView data source. And then I'm going to write here some properties which is like which is for the number of rows. So number of rows in func, number of rows in NSTableView, and that will be return the users.count. Then I'm going to bring the view for property, which is for the table view, so it will be view for your table columns. Alright, so inside this I'm going to give the cell identifier and also me help return. Oh, it's of kind int, sorry for that. Yeah, it should be an int. And here I'm going to bring a gauntlet, and gauntlet user cell will be equal to table view dot make view with an identifier. So that identifier this identifier will be of an NS user interface identifier, and the row value, this row value will be the name which I have given there as a custom cell, and the property will be of self, and it will be as custom cell, and I need to bring an else as well. That will be return in case this identifier, this cell is not identified, if in case. Yeah, then what I'm going to do here is let's name the user cell. Before that, let's confirm this row identifier as a custom cell, which means what you have given the name here for the custom. Here it is the custom cell name over here. Let's copy this in the identifier, make sure, and come back to this view controller, paste it, yeah, right, and then let's do the other stuff, let's user cell dot the name of the user label, username label dot string value will be equal to users of row dot the name. And here I'm going to bring an optional value. If it's not found, it will go as unknown user. Let's copy this and bring the age as well, age label, and the row value is age, if in case non age. Alright, and here this error is coming because of this return I have not written, so it's let's say return the user cell. Alright, that's good. Here we go, that's ready, I think, guys. So what I have done so far is have bring and initialize the users with a set of array which is having the name and the age, and I bring here the delegates for the table view, data source, and these two properties which comes there, which is having the number of rows as a users.count, and with the table view column I have bring here the user interface identifier with the custom cell, and bringing these two guys over there which is having the users of row with the name, this is the name, and age value data. So that's the thing. And we will do one more thing is let's go to the main.storyboard, and here we have a table column, table view. Let's click this and let's create an IB outlet for this table view. So in order to do that, let's click the table view and press Ctrl and drag it over here and name it as just a table view, and come back to this vcontroller.zip file. Inside this view.load, what I'm going to do here is just bring the table view dot delegate is equal to self, and table view dot data source will be equal to self. So what we have done so far, let's run and check. So I'm going to run here. The app is ready. Oh, here we go. That's having the problem with the table cell height. So in order to do that, let's go back to this property and add one more guy here, which is a function height for, here you go, height of row, and going to return here let's say 60 dot for the cell height, table cell height, what it means. So let's run and check here. Here we go, we have our first macOS app, and here it's having with the name, age, and the user email button as well. So let's add one more guy over here inside this. Let's say age space over here. Let's remove this and exclamation, stop it this and run it. Here we go, some error. Now we need to add a plus button over here. Okay, that's fine. Here we go. That's the final output to what we are expecting. This is having your users and the list of array, and having the labels and the image and a button over there. Okay, and that's all in this video. So in the upcoming videos we will check much more deeply regarding this table view and the macOS intermediate level courses. So let's stay tuned, and this is the end of the episode 1, and we will check in the next episode. Thank you very much. Thank you, lads. Bye.